Hello students, in our today's lecture we are going to study about topic number 8.10, energy of an orbiting satellite. Now students, here in figure you can see this is earth and this point is the center of the earth, and a satellite of mass small m is orbiting the earth. So the distance of this satellite from the center of the earth is taken as small r. Now to find the total energy of the satellite, or simply energy of the satellite, we will start from the speed of the satellite. Students, we have already obtained this equation of the speed of orbiting satellite. V is equal to root of gme upon r, where this r is re plus h, where this re is the radius and h is the height of the satellite from the surface of the earth. Now as the satellite is moving with some speed, its kinetic energy is given by ke is equal to half of mv square. This is the formula for the kinetic energy of any particle moving with some velocity or speed. So here in place of this v, we will put this equation, and so as it is square of v, here this square root will be removed, so we get gme upon r. So it is gme upon r 2 as it is, and here m, that is also as it is. So this is the kinetic energy of an orbiting satellite. Now about potential energy. We have also studied about the potential energy of system of two particles. Here one particle is the mass of the earth and the other is the mass of the satellite. So these are the masses of two particles and r is the distance between them. And so potential energy is given by g me into m upon r, and it is always negative. So this is the potential energy. Let us give this equation number 3. So now total energy of the satellite E is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So from equation number 2 we will put the kinetic energy, and from equation number 3 we will put the potential energy. So kinetic energy is gmem upon twice of r, plus potential energy is minus gmem upon r. Now students, you can see here gmem upon r here also, gmem upon r here also. So if we take out this gmem upon r common, gmem upon r common, then what will remain inside? In first term, that is in this term, 1 by 2 will remain, and this in this second term everything was taken out common, so 1 will remain, so minus 1. Here it is minus, and 1 by 2 minus 1 will be minus 1 by 2, and hence this into minus 1 by 2. So this is simple mathematics. You can easily do it by taking the LCM. Now total energy is obtained to be minus GMEM upon twice of R. Now students, there is no need to remember each and every formula for this orbiting satellite, that is its kinetic energy, its potential energy and its total energy. Simply remember the formula for kinetic energy. Then always remember potential energy is double of kinetic energy. Potential energy is always double of kinetic energy, but it is always negative. So simply, if the kinetic energy is known to us, then if you multiply it by 2, then that will give you potential energy, but it is negative. That is to be remembered. Then what is total energy? Total energy is equal to that of kinetic energy only. So whatever this is there, the same thing is here, but once again it is negative. So students, always remember potential energy and total energy is always negative. Kinetic energy is always positive. And kinetic energy and total energy, they are equal in magnitudes, while potential energy is double to that of kinetic energy. So students, here the total energy is obtained negative, and that shows that, or that indicates that, the satellite is bound to the earth, or it is in a bound state. Because if the total energy is positive, then satellite is no more bound to the earth. It is free from the gravitational force of the earth. But here negative sign indicates that still the satellite is bound to the earth. Now this is shortcut to remember. As I said, if kinetic energy is x, then potential energy is 2 times of x but negative, and total energy will be same as that of kinetic energy but negative. So this is a short form to remember this. Now about example number 8.8. In the statement of this example, given that a satellite of mass 400 kg is orbiting the earth. Initially it was at a distance Ri from the center of the earth, and that Ri is given, it is twice of the radius of the earth. And then this satellite is sent to the orbit, to the new orbit, which is at a distance Rf from the center of the earth. So now this is the new orbit of this satellite. This is the initial orbit. New orbit is given 4 times of Re. Radius of the earth is to be taken as 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. So here for this we want to find the change in its total energy. Means initially it was in this orbit. Now when it is sent to the next orbit, that is final orbit, we know that there is some change in the energy. Means we need to supply some energy so that it will reach to this next orbit. So we need to find this, that energy required to transfer the satellite from its initial orbit to the final orbit. So we have to find this, as well as we know that there will be change in potential energy as well as change in kinetic energy. So we need to find that also. Now students, for initial orbit, We know that total energy of the satellite is given by minus GMEM upon twice of Ri. This is the formula for the total energy. So in place of Ri, we will put 2Re. So we got initial energy to be minus GMEM upon 4Re. Now, when the satellite is in its final orbit, that is Rf is equal to 4 times of Re. Once again using the formula for the total energy of the satellite, where distance is now twice of Rf. So this Rf is known to us, it is 4 times of Re. So just put 4 Re in place of Rf and you will get the final energy of the satellite. And so now change in its energy will be final energy minus initial. Final energy we have to put here minus initial energy we have to put here. Now there is a simple calculation. Here in this two terms, GMEM upon Re is common, as well as here there is 4 and here also 8 means it is 4 two sides, so 4 is common. So we have taken out that common things. So GMEM upon 4Re is common. So if this is taken out, what is remained in this term? Minus 1 by 2. And in next term, as this is minus into minus, so it will become plus here. So plus this whole term is taken out. So what is remained? 1 is remained. Now 1 minus 1 by 2 will be 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 into this will give you this as the change in the energy. Now students, this is the change in the energy. But if you want to make the simple form, then here if we multiply Re in the denominator and in the numerator, then here this will become Re square. And we know that GME upon Re square is nothing but it is small g. So multiplying Re in the numerator and denominator, we get this term that can be written as small g. Rest of the thing will remain same. So 1 by it as it is, Re into M as it is. So we got this equation of change in the energy of the satellite when it is sent from initial orbit to final orbit. Now students, when we put this given values, here the values are given. Mass of the satellite is given, radius of the earth is given, and G is 9.8. So just put these values in equation number 1, that is here. If you put these values, then you will get change in energy, that is delta E is equal to 3.13 into 10 raised to 9 joule. Now what will be the change in kinetic energy? Students, here this change in total energy is positive. So definitely kinetic energy will be having opposite sign. Magnitude will be same, as I told earlier. Magnitude remains same, but here as the change in the total energy is positive, then kinetic energy will be definitely negative. So value is same, but it is negative. And we know that potential energy is double that of total energy. And so we get potential energy double of this. So simply multiply 2 to this total energy. You will get this. And the sign of both will be same. total energy as well as potential energy. So here change is asked. So here change was positive for total energy as well as for change in potential energy. So kinetic energy is negative. In your textbook, this total energy, this change in potential energy is given negative. But students, it is not negative, it will be positive. So I hope you understood. Here I have written this, that change in potential energy is equal to double of the change in total energy, and kinetic energy is equal to that of total energy, but opposite sign will be there. Now about geostationary and polar satellites. Students, satellites, they are launched at some height from the surface of the earth, and they orbit the earth. So satellite which are orbiting the earth along the equator, they are called equatorial satellites, and geostationary satellites, they are equatorial satellites, means they revolve around the earth along the equator. And one more thing is that they take 24 hours to complete one rotation, and we know that even earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. And hence whenever this type of geostationary satellites were observed from the earth, they appear to be stationary. With respect to earth, they remain stationary. And so I have written this definition, that satellites in a circular orbits around the earth in the equatorial plane with periodic time of 24 hours are called the geostationary satellites. Now students, time period of the rotation of satellite, this equation we have already obtained. In our previous lecture, we have obtained this equation. Now in this equation, if we put value of g, mass of the earth, and time period of rotation for this geostationary satellite, that is 24 hours, to convert these hours into seconds, we have to multiply 3600. So now this is converted to second. So now what is unknown here? This r is unknown, rest of the values are given to us. So just make the subject small r and put these values which are given here. You will get r equal to 42260 kilometer. So students, do self calculation. Make the subject r from this equation and then calculate it by putting the other values. You will get r nearly equal to this. Now this r, small r, is the distance of the satellite from the center of the earth. But we know that this small r is nothing but it is re plus h. So what is h? That is height. So height will be r minus re. Now put this r 42260 and radius of the earth 6400 in kilometer. You will get h is equal to 35860 kilometer. So students, it is clear that if a satellite is kept at this much height from the surface of the earth on the equator, then it will appear fixed from any point on the earth. That means it will be the geostationary satellite. Now a geostationary satellite appearing fixed that is stationary above the broadcasting station can receive the signals from the earth, as well as they can broadcast that signals back to the wide area of the earth. And that's why for communication purpose these satellites are used widely. We know that in our house we use the dish antenna TV, so that dish catches the signal from the satellite, as well as for communication, that is for telephonic communication also this type of satellites are very helpful. Even you have heard that about GPS system. So even that GPS system works on the basis of this geostationary satellite. We use the navigation, that also works on this. So students, suppose if I say here there is a earth and here it is a satellite which is orbiting the earth. So if I want to send any signal to this station here from this station on the surface, so first of all the signals are sent to the satellite, and that signal once again bounced back after necessary modification, and it can reach to this next station. So in this way satellites work. Now the INSAT group of satellites sent up by India are one of such group of geostationary satellites widely used for telecommunication in India. So that was about the geostationary satellites. Now about polar satellites. Students, Earth rotates around its axis, and these are the poles of the Earth. So geostationary satellites, they were revolving around the Earth along the equator only. But polar satellites, they used to revolve the Earth from pole to pole, that is in a vertical direction along the axis. So I have written here, these satellites revolve around the Earth in north-south direction. They go around the poles of the Earth. Earth rotates around its own axis in east-west direction, while these satellites, they revolve along north-south direction, that is from pole to pole. Polar satellites are low altitude satellites. They are launched at the height of 500 km to 800 km. See the height from the surface of the Earth. It is only 500 km to 800 km. While that geostationary satellites, their height were, see, 35,860 km. So they are very far away from the surface of the Earth, these geostationary satellites, while polar satellites comparatively quite close to the surface of the Earth. And so the time period of revolution is only 100 minutes. Means in 100 minutes they will complete one rotation, and so it crosses any altitude many times a day, because when it completes one rotation in 100 minutes, in 24 hours, that is in one day, it can complete many rotations. We can say nearly 16 to 17 rotation in 24 hours. And so with the help of a camera kept inside these satellites, it can see a thin strip of the earth every rotation. Because suppose this is earth, and once when it moves or rotates, then it covers one strip of earth. These cameras kept inside this satellite, they can take the picture of the earth in the form of strip. Then once again it comes back, it covers next strip of the earth, and so on. So in this way it can scan the earth, or it can take the pictures of the earth, whole earth. And so information of the earth is obtained very accurately, because the cameras, they can take the pictures very easily, very nicely, with high resolution, because these satellites are very close to the earth. Now these satellites can view polar and equatorial regions at close distances with good resolution. As I said, they are very quite close to the earth's surface, so they can easily take the pictures of the whole earth. Now information gathered from such satellites is extremely useful for remote sensing, meteorology, as well as for environmental study of the earth. Remote means far away, and sensing means to view. It can sense the surface of the earth from remote, and so it is called remote sensing. So students, they are quite useful for us. Even the weather forecasting is done by such satellites. Now about last topic of this chapter, weightlessness. Students, we feel the weight of our body because of the normal reaction of the surface. Suppose if this is a surface on which we are standing, so our weight applies the force in the downward direction to this surface on which we are standing, and that is mg. And so the surface also applies the normal force, which is called normal reaction, and due to this normal reaction we feel our weight. And so for any object lying on the surface, its weight is due to normal reaction, and this normal reaction exists due to this force in the downward direction. And we know that force in the downward direction is due to g, acceleration due to gravity. So if there is no acceleration due to gravity, then in that case there will not be any normal reaction also. And if there is no normal reaction, then we will not feel our weight, or any object will not experience any weight, and that condition is called weightlessness. So this type of situation arises when the object is in the gravity free space. Means if there is no gravity, then the weightlessness condition is applied. Or if an object is falling freely due to earth's gravitational force, so when the object is in a free fall, in that case the acceleration of the object is also g, and the Earth's acceleration due to gravity, that is also g. So both this g will cancel each other, and so during free fall also the object will not experience any weight. Imagine that you are jumping from some height. So when you are jumping from some height, what happens? When you are in the air during free fall condition, you will not experience your weight. So this is the concept of weightlessness. Here an example is given for a spring also. Suppose an object is suspended with a spring. This is the normal condition of the spring. And now suppose when the object is suspended by a spring, what will happen? The spring will get stretched. It gets stretched due to weight of this object W, and weight is nothing but it is mg. So g is acting on this object, and that's why this spring is stretched. You can see the initial condition, normal condition of the spring, and after the mass is suspended. But students, suppose if you release this spring, the mass is already suspended to it, and if you just release the spring, then what will happen? This spring with this object will be in a free fall condition when you release it. So in that case, once again, what will happen? The spring will come to its original condition even though the mass is suspended to it. And if the spring seems to be in original condition as previous, then we can say that there is no experience of mass or weight by this spring. So this is nothing but it is weightlessness condition. Also here it is given that in a satellite revolving around the earth, even in that satellite also we experience the weightlessness condition. That's why it is written here that in a manned satellite, manned means the satellite having a man inside it or a people sitting inside the satellite, they experience no gravity. No gravity means weightlessness condition. It is because we know that earth, a satellite revolving around the earth. So what happens when the satellite is revolving around the earth? The gravitational force exerts towards the center, and due to rotation of this satellite, one force is in the outward direction, that is centrifugal force. And when this gravitational force and centrifugal force they are equal, the resultant force will be 0. And so for any satellite orbiting the earth, the resultant force on the satellite is 0. And if the force is 0, then the acceleration will also be 0. And if the acceleration is 0, then we know that there will be no experience of the weight. And so in a satellite also the weightlessness condition is experienced. So students, here we complete our chapter. I wish you to go through this topic number 8.12 from your textbook, read each and every line so that more information can be obtained.